This is exactly how civil war gets started. Civil conflicts between different jurisdictions, between federal jurisdictions and local police. Some professor gets shot in the head with some beanbag bullet and pisses and moans and lets us all know uh, all the work she's done at Lewis and Clark College and her dead husband and all her rainbow gay and lesbian wonderful work she's done, and the mob of peaceful protesters. Peaceful people are not usually characterized as mobs, nor do they graffiti, fire bottle rockets, incendiary devices, Molotov cocktails, homemade grenades at police officers, nor do they carry baseball bats, homemade slingshots, and bows and arrows and guns, and they don't do any of that. They get uh, they petition and they get a permit to be at a certain place, a certain time, and they're fenced in and there's security and a police presence, and they just chant things and hold signs. That's peaceful protest that's protected under the First Amendment. Stop calling these protesters, especially in Portland and now again in frickin' Seattle. And the federal people have a right to be there and should be there once people are stepping on federal ground and they're defacing federal court buildings and harassing federal employees. And now federal DHS and other military and police have been injured by them and all their rock throwing and incendiary devices and so forth. And oh, the mayor, Ted, goes out and he's on their side, but oh, surprise, surprise, they're not on his side. They were just pissing and moaning about his police and their brutality and inappropriate acts and throwing people in unmarked cars on his end the other day. So he goes out, he's all on their side, but they drowned him out with their hatred and spewing at him and everything. And oh, surprise, surprise, he gets caught in some tear gas and less than lethal beanbag ammunition and so forth. You want to put yourself in a criminal mob? It don't matter who you are. If you're the mayor, maybe you shouldn't be on the front line of a criminal mob. Then you want to piss and moan about getting hit with tear gas and shit. There's a book out. People are talking about Civil War and everything for quite some time. I couldn't really see how it might unfold. This is how different civil conflicts, actual federal police and local and state police and other security and personnel and jurisdictions at war with one another. And the more fired up it gets, the more people hit by less than lethal ammunition. Pretty soon, some live ammunition, even accidentally, makes its way into the scuffle. Someone gets killed on one end or the other. So then they bring back even more live the next time, and even more are killed on the other side. Pretty soon, local cities and they pull in whatever mayors in surrounding suburbs they can, and then they consolidate with mayors in cities in nearby states. But all the outlying and smaller towns and mayors and commissioners of counties and representatives in state houses and in the federal house of certain districts, they won't join because all the outlying areas, even in Seattle, Oregon, California, places and states that are all liberal, they're always just assumed in presidential elections that the electoral points are going to the Democrats. But 95% of the counties, like in Washington State, 34, 35 of the 39 went Republican. Some of them for the first time since 1932, 1936, 1952. Because we're poor, we vote Democrat because they looked out for the common man, the lower person on the totem pole. Not anymore. Not anymore. Now they're the rich and elite, and Republicans, mainstream Christians and billionaires, but they actually look out for middle class and lower people on the totem pole more than Democrats or anyone else. 34, 35 out of 39 counties vote red, but Olympia, King County, Pierce, Snohomish vote blue, and they carry it. One trip around the Space Needle, and you've seen enough territory to carry the Democratic vote. You know, that's the old saying. Some of these cities and their mayors, and even without these outlying areas, they ain't going to jump on board. In these cities, they could end up with the National Guard coming in and saying, whoever wants out, you have till now to get out. Just like George W. Bush, you got 48 hours, Saddam. Uday, Qusay, you got 48 hours to get out of Iraq. Outside of that, we're coming for you. People, if it could be given 48 hours to get out of these cities and out of these suburbs and county areas. Outside of that, they're coming in, they're surrounded, and you're going to be there. And us local in the outlying areas, we're not going to be able to go there. Loved ones that stay there, we can't go in. We have loved ones there, we better get them out. If they don't want to, we better make them. If they don't have a way, we better go get them fast. And then some of those start consolidating with nearby states, nearby counties, ones that ain't nearby. Even though geographically they're not next to one another, they consolidate. Just like the Confederate States consolidated. This is how Civil War could happen, and it's that freaking close. Look at how the Portland mayor, the Oregon governor are talking. Look at what our, oh my God, the Seattle mayor, my freaking God. I'll find out the name of the book and the author, and I'll come back. It could happen that way so easily, and it's already it's that close. Civil War, we'll see. Could very well be. Everybody hold on tight because it could be coming.